Guam Fire Department's E911 system is over 20 years old and is in desperate need of an upgrade. It's an issue that has been of concern for several years. It's a very familiar story. KM News files from 2012 with former GFD Chief Joey Nicholas telling then senators RFPs for a Nextgen 911 system were on the way.
The drop dead date that I had placed on myself and the staff for this E911 specs was October 1st. Drop dead date, let's get it out there to GSA. The process is that they take, let's at least get it out of our hands and over there. I think we're on track for that.
Fast forward 7 years later, current GFD Chief Daniel Stone says, once again, they are at the final stages of contract negotiations.
We want to absolutely do our due diligence and ensure that the system that we wind up acquiring is exactly what we need for the people of Guam.
It was back in May of 2019 when the governor's office announced that $3.8 million was returned to the E911 fund. This after funds were wrongly diverted for other purposes by the Calva Tenorio administration. At the time, Chief Stone said it put the department in a better position to be able to enter into a service contract in order to bring the Nextgen 911 system online.
Nextgen 911 is right around the corner for us, and so we're excited about that because I definitely want to be able to get the latest technology and equipment in the hands of our EMD dispatchers so they can, we can make their job a little bit easier by way of dispatching resources, taking calls, and things of that nature.
He does add that one of the hurdles is ensuring that telecom companies follow federal requirements.
To become Phase 1 and Phase 2 compliant in order to be able to basically integrate with the E911 system that we currently have. That still holds true for the Nextgen system. And they're very aware of the requirements, and so they're working towards meeting those requirements. And so we're anticipating that by the time they get their infrastructure upgrades in place, that'll be hopefully in line with when we actually turn the switch on for our Nextgen solution.
Along with continuing the services the 911 system currently provides, the request for proposal that GFD has out includes
have the ability to text for a subscriber to be able to text to the 911 center. The other piece that will improve our services greatly is the ability for us to, for cell phone service or cell phone subscriber to be able to basically pinpoint where that person may be.
Stone would like to reassure the people of Guam that despite what other media has stated about contract negotiations being stalled, it's completely false.
We are still very much in contract negotiations, and as such, it is a process, and with any process there's a bit of going back and forth, and so some of the time lapses that have occurred is through that back and forth negotiation that's ongoing. That is basically ensuring that they're asking the right questions as to what it is we're looking for based on the RFP. And then, of course, we're asking to make sure that we're purchasing the very best product at the very best price.
And heading into 2020, the Nextgen 911 system may finally come to fruition.
I'm very optimistic that we will have a contract in place here very soon.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Gunn-Charfris.